speakers. We have 5 ministers who will be speaking today, and I'm going to tell you who they are. I'm not going to be doing the introduction, but they are Reverend Maszczak, who will be online. Is he there? He's up first. And then following him would be Reverend Shirley Tyler. And following him would be Reverend Flynn and myself. And bringing up the rear would be our lead minister, Reverend Whitley. So I'm going to sit down and Reverend Maszczak, you're on.
Right. Good morning, everyone. Good to see you this morning online. I'm going to open with just a brief quote here from John O'Donohue's poem and blessing called For Light. He says, light cannot see things. He says, light cannot see inside things. That is what the dark is for. Light cannot see inside things. That is what the dark is for. Last night we celebrated the winter solstice, the longest night after the shortest day of the year. If we go by the sunrise and sunset times, we had just 9 hours and 26 minutes of day yesterday, and the night lasted 14 hours and 35 minutes. When we awoke this morning, we had the opportunity to start our day knowing that today would be just a little bit brighter for a little bit longer than yesterday. This morning, we start realizing that hope of greater light. As I reflect on this winter and Christmas holiday season and all the hope and peace and love and light that we celebrate, that newness of light born in the darkness, feeling into this cosmic still point with the longest night after the shortest day, giving birth to that greater experience of light in the morning and days ahead, I also think about O'Donohue's words. Light cannot see inside things. That is what the dark is for. The light that was born this morning as the sun rose on the eastern horizon wasn't necessarily new, because the sun is always there, visible in varying degrees and lengths of time throughout our seasons. This birth of new light as we enter longer days isn't something brand new per se, but represents that inflection point, that cosmic pause, like that far swing of a pendulum when it swings all the way to one side and pauses just slightly for a moment before it starts its journey back to the other side of the swing. We have that opportunity for that cosmic pause last night and now in this season to consider the deep meaning for us that we find in the silence of that pause. Again, light cannot see inside things. That is what the dark is for. So in the absence of light, we learn to train our other senses so we can see in the dark, so we can see differently. We can see things in ways that we haven't observed before, see things in the dark that we didn't notice or couldn't notice in the full bright light of the day. And with that new observation, with that new understanding or perspective or awareness, we can more consciously and with more gratitude move into that time of increasing light ahead, as though we've been reborn and are nurturing a new and deeper understanding of the light within us. This new birth of our inner light doesn't come following a time when the light had left us or retreated or vanished for some ill purpose, but because its absence created the kind of space within us where we could experience the truth of this moment in the dark and bring that new awareness cultivated in the dark into the light of the new days ahead. The rebirth of the newness of spring begins with that pause that happens at that most dark inflection point that ushers in the first day of winter. As we reflect on this and the season ahead, may we not succumb to the pressure to rush through our dark moments, but to allow ourselves the gift of that sacred cosmic pause, remembering that sometimes light cannot see inside things in the way they're asking to be seen. but that sometimes that is precisely what the dark is for. Blessings to you all.
That's powerful.
I believe I'll be followed by Reverend Sherilyn Tyler.
I'm coming.
There she is.
Thank you, Stanley. It took me a minute to get up here, but got here. I don't know if a lot of you know different scientists and whatnot that we have. One of them in particular that I was trying to think of what I was going to speak on today. And on the way down here, Nikola Tesla kind of popped into my head. He's very interesting. I suggest you go do a quick read on him. He said that if you want to unlock the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Energy, frequency, and vibration, for me, can all be summed up with one word, and that's love. I know that words have energy. Energy has power. It's all about vibrations. When you have a thought, that thought sends out an energy vibration or an energy wave. It's like throwing a boulder into the ocean. It's going to send out ripples. And these ripples are going to be bigger or smaller, depending on how far out they go. But as long as those ripples are going, they're reaching. Maybe not as strong as right there at the center where the boulder hit, but they're still going to be affecting the water around them. It's the same thing with your thoughts and your energy patterns. If you try to live your life in love and togetherness with friends, family, coworkers, anybody that's around you, if you can think of it in terms of love, that wave of energy that you send out is so powerful. Even when you're in your car riding around, everybody talks about road rage and people doing this that's stupid and people doing that that's stupid and aggravating. Is just anger, anger, anger everywhere. If we were to shift our mindset to love and try and think on that terms as much as we could, I was going to say all day, every day, but I know that's kind of hard to do because of the way the world is. But when, like, you're in your car riding around, whenever I see a bird, something that catches my attention, or I see somebody walking their pup at the side of the road, for a split second I think, oh, that's so pretty, that's so beautiful, look at that cute little doggy, look at that big bird. If you go up here by the Lion Bridge to the Mariners Museum, there's hawks and bald eagles around there. So you can go ride by there and just look at the wildlife. God has given us such beautiful, wonderful scenery, things around us. You don't even have to go anywhere any farther than your own window and look out. But for this time of the year, when we're trying to think in terms of family and getting together, and I know a lot of people are trying so hard to get the perfect gift and the perfect present that they will run themselves into debt just trying to show somebody how much they love them. You don't need to do that. Just think in terms of frequency, energy, and vibration and send that love out. I personally love homemade gifts because the energy that goes into them as you're hands-on, you're creating, you're doing, even if it's a tin of cookies and the cookies are made with love, that's fine for me. I absolutely, positively love that. But there are people during this time of the year that are not able to be with friends and family. They're not able to be off of work. We have a lot of first responders that have to work through the season. I have friends and family that are either in nursing homes or they're in hospitals or they're going through personal traumas of their own. I pray for them off and on throughout the day, and when I think of something, or like I see the bird, or I see somebody walking their dog, or a cat or a squirrel or whatever, and I think, oh, that's cute, that's wonderful. I try to, okay, they would really like that. They would really think that's cute, that's pretty. And just shoot those little arrows, shoot those little zingers of love in their direction. So for this season, Christmas, New Year's, try and keep everybody in mind, that not only the ones that are with you, but the ones that can't be with you or can't be with their families, and just send them out these little love arrows and send them out these little zingers of love, and see if we can fill the whole planet with just a mist and a blanket of frequency, vibration, love, and energy. Thank you.
Sherry.
Okay. Okay, I forgot that person after me is going to be Reverend Sharon Flynn. Thank you.
Reverend.
Good morning. Wow.
That's what they-
I was in the front and I didn't see everything going on behind me, did I? Actually, this sounds sad, but I've got a 7-minute timer for me because I know I need it. Let's see, resume. Okay. I don't think it's going to make much noise. It's just going to buzz for me. So, good morning, everyone. Happy holidays. Whew, all
Thank you for the
right.
beautiful meditation.
Oh, you're welcome. So, even though I'm only going to speak for 5-10 minutes or 5-7 minutes, let me start with prayer. Father, Mother God, Heavenly Creator, I ask for the connection to be made to the higher self, and that you guide everything I do, every word, every action, every choice, every thought, and impart the wisdom and the knowledge that is needed at this time. And I ask this to be done for the free will, for the good of all, in Christ's name, amen. So I was contemplating what I could share. I could share my memories of being in Germany. I could share all sorts of things, but I'm taking a different direction. So here we are at the birth of Jesus. We're celebrating the birth of Jesus, let's put it that way. Probably not on the same day, or 25th, so. I always have a fascination with that being of light that has come here to this planet to raise up the vibration frequency. Joshua, or Jesus, was gifted to us.
Yeah.
He comes from the 9th plane of existence. Okay, that is right next to God. And God bestowed this gift to us at this time. He was here, very similar time frame than where we are now. We're moving away from the dark and into the light. And in astronomy, every 1,008 years, we change directions. We change from a dark age to a neutral, to a light age, to a neutral, to a dark age. Well, we kind of missed that. So we got 2016 years of the dark age. And so Jesus came in that 2016 years ago to help push us to the light age, to help light this beautiful earth to rise up out of the dark. Just like we celebrated the longest day of the dark and the shortest day of the light. So everything to me, this time frame, this year, has so much meaning for me because we really are moving from the dark to the light. And that's something to celebrate. And everyone feels something different, something, you can feel the change in this earth. So, when you think of Jesus, the one phrase that I always get with him is, I am. And that means that is the connection to source and the source of healing. So as we celebrate this time, Jesus was here to connect us to each other. I don't know how many billions of people were around at that 2016 years ago, but we've got 8 million. And 8 million people can make a big difference in this world. Just imagine we're all moving in the same direction. We're all flowing with this light. This is a very, very, very super powerful time because we're all looking toward the light. We're all immersed in that connection to give to others, feel the people that are around us with love and connect. So one of the things I feel like that Jesus was here to teach us is to find the commonality within each one of us. And that's where we're all made from the same source. We're all made from light, just like Sherilyn said, the frequency. And if we put that, I believe that gratitude would be the biggest and easiest thing to bring us together. I'm grateful for everyone here. I'm grateful for this world. I'm grateful for all that is upon us here, even the dark, even the struggle to change. So as we strive to bring together commonality, connection, source, that we are here today to celebrate that. We're here at this time of year to bring our individual loved ones closer to us, closer to everybody, the family, the friends, the neighbors, can all come together and we exchange the gift. But to me, the gift is that love. The gift is that connection. And when we share food, I believe that we're sharing love too.
Yes. Always.
So one of the things that I encourage everyone to do is, I got 1 minute left. Okay, great. Is that we need to open our hearts and our mind to receiving and exchanging and blessing each one that we have. And I just want to read this really quick. This is the Conversations with God. I think it's one of the most beautiful books out there. And the storyline was that he was asking God to help him. And he was asking God to direct him. And God said to him, I truly want what you truly want. Nothing different, nothing more. Don't you see that my greatest gift to you? If I wanted you for something other than what you want for you, then went, this is really convoluted, then went so far as to cause you to have it, where is the freedom of choice? Where is your creative being that you are here to be? If I am dictating what you shall do, oh, see, there's my little thing you do. Okay, restart, dismiss. Okay, and what can you be creative? Basically, be the creator, because nobody can tell you what to do. You are here as a creative force. So create that wonderful gratitude, that connection to others. Say hi to everybody in the grocery store. I swear it works. And be your creative. Everybody's different. So, and God gave us that choice. God gave us that connection to be creative. And I encourage you to look in your heart to be creative for whatever it is that you want to do, how you can lift people up, how you can raise their vibration. And you've got the world in your hand. So many, many blessings to each of you, each one of you. I encourage you to be in the present moment and lift everyone up. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Flynn.
Oh, I'm sorry I didn't introduce you.
It's okay.
I was getting into it.
I do wish you had more time. That was getting good. It seemed like everything that people are saying so far got a theme running through it. And you're going to see, even Reverend Whitley's opening prayer, and we have not talked to each other, by the way. But, and I time myself, I'm 5 minutes, because up here at home I talk a lot faster too. But we are now in the season of light. It's a time when the darkness recedes and the light begins to return to the earth. And some of you participated in the returning of the light celebration last night. And some of you have also heard me say a few times, if you lose something in the dark, the best place to find it is in the light. And that's what I want to say just a few words about today in reference to you and the chapel. Now, Reverend Whitley is called the chapel a healing church. And rightfully so, because personally, if I'm in a dark place or something heavy is weighing on me, whenever I walk through those doors, whether I'm alone or whether you're here, my spirit and energy are instantly uplifted.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And some of you know what I'm talking about because you experience it also. I hear witnesses out there. So, what is this energy I'm talking about? Well, I'm not sure if I really have words for it, but what I can say about it is, oh, what a feeling. And I think that maybe the best description that I can give it right now is that the energy is here. The energy in here is one of love, healing, and acceptance. And that is what has kept me around here for almost 40 years.
Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
It is here that I found others of like mind and intuitive gifts and a place to express the love and joy within without being called weird. You just want to. If I'm weird, then everybody in here is weird, okay? Now,
You're weird.
I've had my way times, but I always come back here because this is my spiritual home, and you are my spiritual family.
Ooh.
And this is a place filled with light and love. Now, where does this energy come from? The last line in our chapel's purpose statement reads, the purpose of the chapel is to share the love and light in ourselves and others so that we are open and receptive to the flow of God's light and love. So to answer the question, where does this energy come from? It comes from each one of you here, as well as those on Zoom. It is the loving energy left behind by those who helped build and serve the chapel and now pass on to spirit, but they're still with us. Right, Sharon? We sing them. And it's the energy of our spirit team who are always with us, loving, guiding, and protecting us, and it is the unimpeachable energy. Now, Spirit gave me that phrase because that word is not in my vocabulary. They feel this in, it is the unimpeachable energy of the source within each of us. When we allow ourselves to open up to God's love and light, unimpeachable energy, undeniable. When you feel darkness easing in like a morning fog, the best place to share it is in the light. And the chapel is just one of the places to aid you in discovering your light within. And staying in the light as well as sharing your light with others, because it is the sharing of it that increases it. I remember reading a quote many years ago that says, if you don't share what you've learned, then you haven't learned anything. So, so when you open up your heart and share the love and light, it increases it. It also attracts more back to you. So, in this season of the return of the light, may you be a beacon of joy and peace and love for whomever crosses your path. And with that, I say thank you, and I wish you a warm-hearted and joyful holiday season. Now, Reverend Whitley.
Good morning. Being the last person to speak, gives one the opportunity to hear everything as is said by everybody before them. And what I want to talk about is how we see Christmas. And most of the time, we see Christmas in either one of two ways. And that is religious or secular. Now, how do we see Christmas as religious? Jesus. And we've all been raised with some type of religion in our life. So we may see Christmas as Jesus' birth, as Sharon talked about. Secular, Santa Claus. Santa Claus is Christmas. Jesus is Christmas. But there's another perspective to Christmas. A metaphysical Christmas. Have you ever thought that Christmas is metaphysical? Well, I'm going to attempt to explain to you how Christmas is metaphysical. And I'm going to do that by taking those two words and each letter in those two words. And by the time I finish talking, I hope that everyone can see how Christmas is also metaphysical. Metaphysical. M. M is for miracle. And a miracle is any beneficial event that is physically impossible or impossible to confirm by nature. Everything we do from a metaphysical expression is impossible to confirm by nature. So it's a miracle. Why you are here, you are here. What you believe, what you do is a miracle. E, enlightenment. Enlightenment, simply stated, is the awakening of consciousness. All of the stimulus of Christmas lights, sounds, events, celebrations awaken our consciousness. So be awakened during this season. Don't just be looking at the lights. Be aware of the lights, as Sharon said, as Betty said, as every speaker before me has said. This is a season of light and love. Be more aware of those lights and what those lights are representing. They are representing the lights of the spiritual world.
Wow.
The Christmas lights. Christmas is full of light everywhere. Every home has lights. Every street has lights. Be aware of the lights. T, tidings. Tidings is an old-fashioned equivalent of good news. I'm happy today to be the bearer of good tidings to you. You are happy today to be the bearer of good tidings to me. Good tidings to all. Amazing. Amazing, causing great surprise or wonder, astonishing. Think about it. Everything to small children is amazing. Everything about Christmas is astonishing and amazing to them. They can't get enough of it. Think about this, you as a child too. Christmas should and can and is still amazing to you. See, experience, feel, know, and understand the amazement of Christmas. Peace. Peace is a state of tranquility and harmony that often characterized by the absence of violence or conflict. It can also refer to a period of freedom from war or violence, when people live and work together without violent disagreements. Christmas is the time that even those who are at war lay down their arms to celebrate. So during this Christmas, lay down your arms of conflict, disagreement, and separation, and celebrate. During World War II and almost every war that has occurred, at Christmas time, both sides stop fighting. And if only one day there was no fighting, think about this as a time for you to see where there's any conflict in your life. It's time for you to stop fighting within yourself any conflict that exists at Christmas. Heaven is a place of happiness. Simply put, heaven is a place or condition of utmost happiness. For many, Christmas may be the happiest day of the year. I'll guarantee it is for children. So be the one of many and allow this Christmas to be one of your happiest days of the year. And allow yourself to experience a little bit of heaven. Yuletide. These are all words we're familiar with. We're familiar with the tide, good tidings, Yuletide, etc. Yuletide refers to the Christmas season or the festivities associated with it. We are currently experiencing Yuletide right now, right this minute. And we will for the next several weeks, probably. Some of us are starting early, some of us are starting later, but we will be experiencing Yuletide. Sacred. Sacred means to be devoted or dedicated to a deity or to some religious purpose. Consecrated. Christmas to many is the most sacred time of the year. We attend recitals, caroling, grand illuminations, Christmas services you are now doing right now. For many of us, it's the only time of the year that they experience sacredness. I've known people throughout my life, even in my family, that the only time they ever set foot in a church was Christmas. They never set foot in a church any other day of the year. So that was the only time they experienced sacredness, was Christmas. So this Christmas, experience your sacredness. Inspirational. Christmas is inspirational. Inspiration is something that makes you feel full of hope and encouraged. So as you experience the Christmas inspiration and you feel that hope and encouragement, know that you can reconnect with it anytime. All you need to do is meditate and reflect on those feelings. Keep the feelings of Christmas in your heart and bring them to mind whenever needed. Do you understand what I really said there? How do you feel at Christmas? When you're not feeling good, when you're feeling down, when you're feeling sad, when you're feeling depressed, go back to that day at Christmas and how well you felt, how good you felt, how connected you felt, and how happy you felt. And meditate on it and reconnect with that feeling. Cards. It's the time of the year when we send and receive Christmas cards. They are personal, or they are printed, or people write words on them, or they just send a card and sign their name. And they do that to convey warm wishes and holiday cheer. They bring to mind people we may not have seen, talked to, or thought of over the past year. So they remind us of connection and reconnection with friends and family we may not have seen. So see your Christmas cards as reminders of connection and reconnection. I love getting Christmas cards. Debbie loves getting Christmas cards. Normally I paste them on the wall. This year Debbie pasted them on the wall, but we got them pasted all over the wall at the house. So we can keep looking at those Christmas cards. Appreciation. Appreciation. Appreciation is a recognition and enjoyment of the good qualities of someone or something. Christmas is the time to recognize the good qualities of our home and chapel families and friends and show our appreciation to them. Christmas is the time that we open up and show appreciation to everyone that we normally don't do. So open up, be aware, and be aware of your appreciation of others and show it. Light, as I said before, and as we've talked before, lights are often used to decorate homes, trees, and streets during Christmas, adding a warm and festive glow. Lights are a demonstration of our love for others shining brightly from our homes. So like the lights and decorations that shine brightly on our tree, right there, the lights are shining.
Right there.
Spread your love and light, and as you view lights this Christmas, as you view the lights this Christmas, as I was putting all of this together, I thought of our son Christopher, and he always wanted to go to the Newport Park and see the lights. There was something about those lights that filled him, gave him comfort. And when I say he wanted to go see the lights, he wouldn't just go see them once. Sometimes he'd go 2 or 3 times a week, over and over again, to keep seeing those lights. Seeing the lights of Christmas awakens something very powerful inside of us if we allow us to see it ourselves to see it that way. So open your eyes this Christmas as you're seeing all the beautiful lights. Allow that to awaken something inside of you, something bigger than self, something stronger than self. The word Christmas. I do have one more word to go. Betty told me I didn't have to set a timer. So if it seems like I'm speaking longer than anybody else, it is because Betty didn't tell me I had to set a timer. So I didn't set no timer.
Okay, go ahead.
Next word, Christmas, and that starts with a C. Christmas. Christ. Christ consciousness. The word Christmas begins with the word Christ. This is the season when Christ consciousness is openly expressed. So be awake, be aware, feel and express the Christ consciousness from within you. Homecoming. H. Christmas is the busiest travel time of the year as everyone is coming home. We see people here we may not have seen all year. So we welcome everyone into our chapel home, whether it is your first time here, or you have not been here for a while, or you have been here just yesterday, which some were, or receive. This is the time of year when our friends and family are most open to receptive and to giving gifts to demonstrate their love for us. It's also the time of the year when the veil was most open and those in the spiritual realms wish to share their gifts with us. So be open and receptive to both the physical and spiritual gifts that you give and receive, and be thankful. And I picked 3 words for this one because I couldn't decide on which word I wanted to use, but they all 3 essentially have the same meaning. I include, inclusion, inclusivity. Christmas is all about inclusion of others. It is a time we reflect on those we may have rejected in our lives, as we revisit acceptance and inclusion. We think about our past at Christmas, like the movie about Scrooge and all these Christmas movies where you go back and rethink the past. It's automatic. We do that. It is a time to include those we have met and those we have never met and those we shall meet. Inclusion is a most enduring expression of love. When you include someone in your life, you're sharing your love with that person. So let's express our love by being inclusive this holiday season. Everyone understands what inclusive means and inclusion means, right? It means that you accept everyone else as they are, who they are, with no exception. I accept you, no matter who you are. I accept everyone that I've ever met in my life. And I can't see any circumstance that I will not continue to accept everyone that I meet. That inclusion doesn't mean you have to like what people do, you have to like what they say. It's just that when you are in their presence, you express to them in a manner that they know that they're being accepted and included by you. I include you, each and every one. Sense, the sense of Christmas. No one in this room sitting here, there is no one in here who doesn't have some scent that they associate with Christmas. We got the scent of a Christmas tree, we scent of pine branches, cinnamon, pies, and all kinds of other fruitcake, okay? All kinds of scents that people associate with Christmas. They remind us of family, friends, and past gatherings. Togetherness. Togetherness is a state of feeling of closeness and happiness among people who are together as friends, family members, and sometimes strangers. So let's feel the warmth of togetherness this Christmas season as we accept, greet, and embrace each other with the feelings of Christmas love. Merriment. Lighthearted gaiety or fun-making, a lively celebration or party. We are sharing in merriment today. Would I wear this any other time? No. But it's kind of part of the merriment of Christmas. So, and you want to see my underwear? So, let yourself go.
Good example.
Christmas is the time to let yourself go. Allow merriment into your life. Be merry this Christmas.
How you got that leg up?
Angel. An angel is a messenger of God, characterized as having human form with wings and a halo. The word suggests goodness and is often used to refer to someone who offers comfort and aid to others in times of trouble. Now is the season to remember that there are times in our life that we are all angels to someone in need. So be aware during this Christmas that at some time in your life, you have been an angel to someone in need. And the last word, finally, Bill finally got there. I don't know how much over his time limit he ran, but here we are. And the last word that I want to share is Santa. Santa Claus is a mythical figure originating in Western Christian culture who brings gifts during the late evening and overnight hours on Christmas Eve. Santa, like the angels, is also a messenger and brings spiritual gifts as well as physical. So be open to the spiritual gifts that you're receiving from Santa this Christmas. And I wish you one and all a very merry metaphysical Christmas.